Hey, are you rich? Are you restless? Are you ready for more? Maybe more money, more time. And then, what else is missing? Hello, my name is Christian. I'm the host of the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur, the show. And today I'm speaking to a very specific group. So, you have money, okay? You have status. Your calendar looks full. Still, you wake up with a quiet question in your head. That question is, hey, is this it? Listen, I have cooked for billionaires, advised executives, watched people throw money at stress, and all it was emptiness. And honestly, here's the truth. The more money you have, it doesn't fix a life. And the life you want to build is a lot more than a scorecard. I have some friends today constantly tell me if you get rich on paper, but are tired in your body, you are numb in your spirit, then it's for you. The day, 10, 15 minute, no fluff, money time, and what else is missing? So let's start here. Remember the first time your account balance was surprisingly high in a very good way. You had relief, you felt pride, felt energy. But then fast forward, same numbers, maybe even bigger. You have different feelings. You have more staff, more property, more meetings. It's less quiet, less thinking, and less space for what are those real conversations. I want to ask you a question. Where did money improve your life? And where did it only add maintenance? I share a short story from my chef days with really high network guests. Same pattern. Great wine, great food, and behind every smile, you seen there was pressure and fatigue. And money just multiplies who you already are. And you probably heard that. It doesn't design the life you want for you. And I have a little thought around this. There's three hidden costs of success overall and for anybody who is successful. Every rich listener who pays three bills that most never name out loud. And I call them this. There's something we call attention tax. You wake up, your attention belongs to everybody else. The board, the team, the family, the inbox, the deals. Your brain never clocks out. And then there is what we call calendar debt. You bought into the lie. The more you do, the more you gain, the less freedom you have. Now the calendar belongs to other people's priorities, and not yours. And then there's the courage gap. You know that every current life, it just doesn't fit anymore. You keep funding it anyway because change could rattle people who depend on you. Did this happen to you? And in this segment, I walk you through each of the costs, what I just talked about, and sharply explain it. Because every client who keeps buying companies instead of buying back time, we pull out this line for them. And now we do the same for you. If your calendar doesn't reflect your life and it doesn't say what you want, you know what? All the money you throw at it, it's not the same issue. And for me, there's three things I have learned, and I call it buying back time without losing that edge or who you are. And that's, for me, is one of the greatest things. And we talk to our clients about this all the time. And the reason I bring this up, because I had some conversations with some high earners this week. And I realized deep down they're not happy. And I had to take some inventory and see, hey, where does this fit in what we do? And I honestly can tell you, high earners often make one mistake. They use money to buy nicer problems, not fewer problems. And we are here to flip this for you today. So I give you a simple, you guys know I have a 3-step process. So I give you a simple 3-step, I call it a reset. And the first one is really simple. Subtract one role. Listen, everybody plays different roles, and I know so do you. You play the owner's role, the operator, the parent, the friend, and you're firefighter for everybody else's drama. I want you to circle one of them that will you take on to stop playing over the next 90 days. Because if you circle that one, whatever that is for you, I want you to stop playing it over the next 90 days. The second thing is replace yourself with systems and humans. And I get a lot of questions about that. So there's a simple ask. Where am I the bottleneck? And I did this exercise myself this week. And then you decide which process needs a written playbook. And that's huge. And then you look at which task needs a stronger number 2, and which meeting needs to die before we go into that the next week. And if you do these 3 things, I'm telling you, it's a life changer. And then number 3 is protect one daily, if you want to call it a block or a time slot. So I call it a block. Okay. What are some of the non-negotiables? 90-minute blocks you have singled out or designated every week. And so I want you to take that non-negotiable 90-minute block for every weekday. No staff, no calls, no emails. Sit there by yourself, think, build, or maybe even rest. Nothing else. 90 minutes, do nothing else. And I did that this week. It was really, really hard, because rich is not your income. Rich is how you structure your day, how you become a better you. And rich is how much of your day actually belongs to you. And that's what we heard from our clients this week. Once that money is handled, you face a much harder question. And the question is, what's next? Your next word. What is the value you build, which is beyond your own lifestyle? People, ideas, changes, which still move, which still move after you are gone and make an impact after you're gone. What is that for you? And I want you to walk through these 3 layers. And the layers is really simple. People. Who improves when they work with you? What are the mentors, teams, families? Where will you double your investment in them over the next year? And that was really hard for me, because there's so many people I have which I work with which are extremely good. And actually doing this will be a life changer for you. The second one we call the whole idea of intellectual property, your playbook. And that's not just your resume, books, frameworks, media, companies, okay? Things which carry your thinking, your process, and what you want to do forward. Look at that. Then we have service, where you solve the problem bigger than your comfort. And that's where real growth happens. And you could do this around community feed or any sector level you want to change. If your money stops growing tomorrow, would your impact keep moving without you in the room? And as I asked myself that question, it was life changing. It was not just life changing. It made me really think I get goosebumps when I talk about it, And I want to close with something which I learned this week. And I learned it from my mentor. He calls it the rich person's reset. And that's simple for the next 7 days. And here's my simple experiment. And I broke it down for a week. Okay, day 1. Cancel one recurring meeting which exists only out of habits. Now tell your team the honest truth. You need space for a higher return of work. What are you doing on day 1? On day 2, move one decision to somebody you trust. Give them the outcome and don't give them a script, because you will see it makes all the impact. On day 3, spend 90 minutes with no phone, no laptop. Just one question you write down on paper. And it could be something. My question this week was, if I could start my life again and my current network would be the same, how would I design the next 5 years of my life? I'm telling you, it changed everything for me. Then day 4, send one honest message to a person which is super meaningful in your life. And not just a gift, not status. Gratitude is the real truth. And when you send that honest message to that key person in your life, it's freeing. I encourage you to absolutely do that. Then on day 5, invest in something which feeds your soul, not only who you are, your brand. If you are a coach, a retreat, a book, or a quiet dinner where you can talk about your life, not deals. That's day 5. Day 6, really audit your calendar for the next month. Remove anything that doesn't serve your health, your relationship, or your highest contribution. That's for me. I have stuff on my calendar. I moved and I kind of double guessed and double questioned all of it. Absolutely powerful. And on day 7 is really simple. Decide one brave move, whatever it is for you. Maybe you step back from a board, or maybe you start writing a new book. Maybe here to help you for that. Okay. Maybe you shift your company's role, or you name it, and after you name it, you give it a date. I'm telling you, doing these 7 things, absolutely life-changing. So I have a question. If you are rich and restless, nothing is going wrong with you. Your nervous system has figured out that your calendar refuses to admit you are building for one. It's not much just more. It's you are building for more than just that maintenance. Money solves survival. Now the work that moves and has meanings for you, that's where I want you to invest. You do not need another car. You don't need another fancy watch. You don't need something else. You need a life that you are proud of and something your kids want to study. So here's the question I want you to leave with you for this little Friday reset. When somebody reads your name one day, what story will they tell about you, how you used your money, how you used your time, and how you used your voice. Doing this will change who you are. And with that, I want to say thanks for being here. That you listen to the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur Show, where we build companies. We do more than that. We build humans, and we build the humans behind that. If that hits a nerve, share it with a person who lives that rich, restless life. Have the conversation you have, or you avoid it. Really have that conversation. Have it with that person, have it with yourself. And then write in the comments below. How was that for you? How was it for you as you looked at your next 7 days? And I'm here to tell you, I'm Christian, and you need to protect your time. Design your next birth. And I see you next Friday. With that, I want to say thanks for being here today, and I'll see you next Friday. Thanks, everybody.